My nephew smashed my car's fender with a bat because I refused to let him drive it. But my revenge made him pale, and I am sure that he will never do it again. I have a nephew, Josh 18, and a niece, Sarah 16, and this argument came up when visiting my sister. My car is a modified classic car, a 72 Challenger with a modern motor swap, a 6-speed manual, and more mods, putting out over 1,000 horsepower. It is not a beginner driver-friendly car. Josh didn't get his license until 3 months ago, and I am pretty sure he fubbed numbers to take the test for the third time. I have seen him drive once, and I even offered to ride with him before to help pump his hours up and continue driving so he could feel more comfortable. Sarah goes to car shows with me and has a modified Miata that she drives everywhere. She got her license 2 weeks after turning 16 and has had it for 8 months. She drove with me every day after getting her permit and just had that drive to drive. Before anyone says I have my favorite, Josh and I game every night, and I built him a custom PC for getting an honor roll. He is amazing at tech and loves gaming, and if he decides to continue, I will pay for his college and offer him a job at my business that offers specialized tech services. I bought both of them their first cars after they got their licenses and tried to keep everything as close to fair as I could with them. I was over for dinner, and Josh said he couldn't wait for prom and asked if he could use my car to drive his date. I told him I was uncomfortable with him driving my car and would gladly drive him and his date, and even wear a suit and funny hat to be his driver. He threw a fit and said that I would let Sarah take the car if she asked. I said if she kept driving and showing the control she had, I would consider it. I told him I felt he had not been driving long enough to be able to control this car and that I would be worried for his and his date's safety. I also told him I would trust him with my PC before I'd even let Sarah play The Sims on it, and it's just that they are different people with different interests. My sister said I should have just said no, but I have always told them I will never lie and explain why, because they are almost adults and deserve to hear the truth. He has since not played games with me and has not responded to my texts. Update: my parents returned from snowbirding, and so we decided that they would use my house to host Mother's Day. I won't go into detail, but after being told this, I made a nice dinner for my family and had everyone over. I tried to talk with Josh, but he was still upset that I had not changed my mind about letting him use the car. While hosting outside, I hear a thunk, and Josh's dad gets a smirk on his face. Sarah goes pale and just mutters, "He didn't." The family sees the noise source and finds Josh putting a bat away and a very obvious dent in my fender. A wave of calm comes over me, and I know exactly what to do. "Get in," I tell him, firmly. After a minute, he hops in the passenger seat, and I take off. For legal reasons, I will not explain precisely how I drove my car, but what happened in Mexico crew would be proud. After we returned to my house, he was pale, and I needed a new set of tires. My sister yells at me that I could have unalived him. His father is quietly drinking my beer, and my dad is trying to help Josh walk, with the adrenaline pumping through him. Sarah mutters, "Told you so," as I tell my sister that she and her husband must pay to fix my fender or I will get the authorities involved. My mother was crying and upset, and the day was ruined as people packed up and left, and more words were said and yelled. Currently, the car I bought for Josh is in my driveway. I have already fixed my fender and sent a bill to my sister, who told me to shove it and said, "Family doesn't treat family this way." I have called my buddy, who is the local sheriff, and can have charges pressed. However, I do have video footage of him willfully damaging my property. Josh apologized for everything. The drive was the wake-up call he needed, and he said he would get a job to pay for fixing my car even though his mother had told him it was my problem to deal with. He said he was being a stupid kid and needed to grow up. I told him he would now take Sarah's place to clean my work building and garage while fixing the car. His car is now just my car again, and he needs to figure out all the rides he needs to keep everyone happy. He told me to get the PC I built, but I told him to hold on to it for now. The bill, a little over $2,000. Luckily, I had the car painted last year and still had some mixed paint without the hardener. I worked the dent out, replaced the fender brace and inner fender, replacing that portion of the stiffening kit, and had the fender repainted and feathered into the surrounding body panels. Vintage cars are not cheap to work on.